It's your girl Tiffany, my name is just Black Beauty, your poetic psychic Pisces high priestess, aka the light that shines like a diamond, also known as your modern day nun, one who isn't within a coven, a convent, or a covenant. I do thank you all for listening and for watching on today. If you would be so kind to please like, share, and subscribe, it will be greatly appreciated. This is going to be a general reading for the overall collective of any zodiac sign, so please take the messages that apply, leave the ones that do not. Remember that this reading can apply to your past, your present, or your future, as well as it may be pertaining to you or any and everyone in between that you may or may not know. With that being said, guys, we're going to get started. As I said, I hope y'all are doing well and feeling well. So let's get on to your overall messages, guys, okay? So we have here, they're going to pay with their life for what they have done. Your mother and father are not your real parents. Satanic sellouts. Shapeshifters. Manipulative narc is an emotional abuser. Toxic family members. Hidden enemies want to take your place. Trauma forced upon you. Evil is as evil does. Toxicity. Corruption within the government. Satanic powers that be. And last but not least, they want to stop you from speaking your truth, guys, okay? So Spirit is saying straight up, okay, somebody's going to pay with their life for what they have done, okay? I feel like this has to do with what people have done to you, okay? I feel like this is not just in the moment now type of thing. This is likely what people have done to you over the entirety of your life. So since you were born, since you were a child and growing up or what have you, guys, okay? Spirit is saying individuals involved are going to pay with their life for what they have done, okay? So obviously these people did some very mean, malicious, toxic, evil, wicked things to you, okay? And whether you know this or not, whoever it is that you believe to be your parents, your mother and your father, they're not your real parents, collective, okay? So this is likely something that you were never told. Some of you may not even be aware that maybe you were adopted, or something tragic happened in your life, like in your childhood, around your birth, with your real parents and different things like that, or what have you. But Spirit is saying your mother and father are not your real parents. So whoever it is that you believe to be your parents are not your real parents, guys, okay? I do feel like the individuals that have been in your life, involved in your life, the people that you are familiar with, that you know of, Spirit is saying these people are satanic sellouts, okay? They could belong to some type of cult, coven, or secret society, some type of organization of some kind, where they're in binding contracts, where they were compensated for something, doing certain things to you, taking you in, or whatever the contractual agreement included, guys, okay? These people, Spirit is saying that they're satanic sellouts. They sold out for money, basically, okay? So money definitely plays a role as it relates to these people who are involved in this situation, guys, okay? With shapeshifters being here, collective, these shapeshifters ties to the satanic powers that be, okay? The wickedness in high places, those that make up the shadow governments, okay? Those that are behind the scenes, okay? Whether you know these individuals' names or not, many of them you may not even be familiar with or know their names or what have you, okay? But shapeshifters are definitely on this earth, okay? And within the country in which you live in. As well, Spirit is saying, okay? And they're not excluded, okay, from Spirit saying that they're going to pay with their lives for what they have done, okay? Obviously, the government, persons in power, authority, leadership, okay? We're talking like wealthy rulers, leaders, masters, whatever elite is, whatever it is that you want to call them, or whatever they want to call themselves, okay? These people are involved, heavily involved in what has transpired, what has happened in your life, Spirit is saying. And I feel like that's the reason why shapeshifters is out here, okay? Somebody in your life was a manipulative narcissist, okay? An emotional abuser, okay? This is somebody who was abusive towards you, okay? mentally, emotionally, emotionally, psychologically, maybe even physically. Okay, I feel like you suffered abuse, okay, from someone who was close to you that you grew up around, spirit is saying, okay? And that's the person that spirit is calling out as a manipulative narcissist, that's an emotional abuser, okay? Yeah, I'm looking down here and I'm seeing satanic ritual abuse. So you're definitely somebody who has suffered satanic ritual abuse, spirit is saying, okay? Yeah. And the people that you know of as your family, okay, who obviously is not your real family, spirit is saying these people are toxic, okay, because this is the reason why you have toxic family members here, okay? These toxic family members make up the same people who are satanic sellouts as well, okay? These people sold out for money. They're in some type of binding contract with the government, with the satanic powers that be. Spirit is saying, okay, but these individuals are toxic, okay, and I feel like that their toxic behavior, their toxic ways of being carried over to how they treated you as well. Spirit is saying you also have hidden enemies, okay? And the interesting thing about these hidden enemies, these may be people that you don't even know, okay? But it is possible to have hidden enemies that you are familiar with, that you know, but you're just not aware that they have made themselves your enemies or what have you. But you have hidden enemies that want to take your place for some reason, okay? Which is interesting because thus far in this reading, it seems like that you had a very, tumultuous life, okay? Maybe you endured a lot of chaos or conflict in your life or problematic situations and different things like that. So the mere fact, like, you know what I'm saying? Usually when somebody want to take somebody's place or knock somebody off and, in an effort to take their spot in some type of way or what have you, they have something that they want, spirit is saying, okay? But you definitely have hidden enemies that want to take your place for some reason, collective, okay? And this is one of the reasons why trauma was forced upon you, spirit is saying, okay? There was some type of trauma that has been forced upon you your entire life. This trauma is going to look different for different people, collective. This could be any form of abuse, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, sexually, physically, or what have you, okay? But some type of trauma was forced upon you, spirit is saying, okay? Evil is as evil does, spirit is saying, okay? So I feel like in the word toxicity is on here again. So like I said, these toxic individuals who have been in your life, okay, people that you have dealt with both directly and indirectly, okay, even persons behind the scenes, these are some evil people. And the things that they have done to you, the things that they have done behind your back is evil. These are very toxic individuals, spirit is saying, okay? Because of everything that you have endured, whether you are aware of everything that has transpired behind your back, collective, this has ties to the government, which is the reason why you got corruption within the government here, okay, guys? I feel like this could be any branch of government, but you best believe it goes far and beyond just your local government, wherever it is that you reside, okay? This is corruption within the government higher up, okay? So, this could tap into persons in the FBI, CIA, Department of Justice, Department of Defense, like military. It can speak to, any branch of government, but some type of corruption within the government. Corruption within the government plays a role as it relates to this situation, collective, okay? This is the reason why you see so many different energies out here ties to the powers that be, from the shapeshifters to corruption within the government, to the satanic powers that be. The devil is definitely in the details when it comes to those individuals, okay? I feel like they are the ones that's running, ruling, controlling everything, okay? They would be the ones who, these individuals have sold out to, who they have received some type of compensation of some kind from, to play whatever role in your life, collective, okay? Which brings us to the satanic powers that be. Okay, that is here, okay? So we definitely know that there's some very wicked, powerful people who are involved in this situation, guys, okay? that has ties to the satanic powers that be. Okay, these individuals want you to stop speaking your truth, collective. Okay, so some of which are what I'm talking to you about on today, you may be aware of. Okay, and if you have gone through an awakening, if you're someone who is awake, who's aware, you could be speaking up or speaking out about the things that you have endured, the things that you have gone through, the things that you have experienced, or what have you in your life, whether people believe you or not. Okay, you're using your freedom of speech, your free will to speak up and speak out about what you have gone through. Okay, and obviously these people don't like it, okay, because somebody wants to stop you from speaking your truth, collective. Okay, obviously, of course, because it makes them look, it makes them look bad because they're cowards in hiding a lot of this shit they have been done. You know what I'm saying? This was like this ties into organized crime to me. Okay, when you get into situations where people have been adopted and you don't even know that you were adopted, when you have been made to believe that the people that you grew up with and around was your family, but come to find out they really wasn't, and you've suffered abuses of different kinds and different things like that, this began to tie into some type of organized crime, especially with shapeshifters being here, corruption within the government, satanic powers that be. These are individuals that's way up. Okay, this kid, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people assume that, they call like presidents the chief and commander and different things like that, but frankly there are more powerful, wealthier persons in the world, rulers and masters in the world, even higher than presidents. Even presidents are controlled. Okay, they like you to believe that, especially in the United States, they like you to believe that the president is like the highest position one could have, and they're the or they're the chief and the commander. No, somebody is controlling the president. Okay, and it's a shadow government. Okay, those that make up the shadow government. Okay, there's 13, these 13 bloodlines within the United States, at least, that they act like is more superior. Okay, they claim to be anyway. I don't feel that they really are. I feel like there's something they have stolen, they've taken, but that's a different reading for a different day. They're the wealthiest, they're the rulers, they're the masters, they're the most, you know what I'm saying? They're the highest up at the tip top of the pyramid type of energies. Okay, these 13 supposed superior bloodlines or what have you, and those are the persons that's running, ruling, and controlling everything, guys. Okay, so yeah, something very bad, something bad has definitely transpired here. Okay, these individuals want to stop you from speaking your truth. Okay, so we're going to get some further clarification for this situation and see what else is going on here. To clarify, they're going to play with their life for what they have done. I'm seeing family disloyalty and betrayal. So Spirit is saying that these people who have been disloyal to you, who have been betrayed you, who has had jealousy and envy and hate towards you, they're going to pay with their lives for what they have done to you, collective. Okay, to clarify, your mother and father are not your real parents. I'm seeing inside job here. Okay, so there's some type of inside job that is going on as it relates to these individuals who are not your real parents, Spirit is saying. Okay, I feel like these individuals were paid ops. Okay, they were paid to play some type of role of some kind, Spirit is saying. Again, I'm seeing satanic sellouts. They are definitely sellouts. This wants to come out again, Spirit is saying. Okay, Spirit is even saying that they put a hit out on you to have you killed to cover their tracks, Spirit is saying as well. Okay, because they don't want this truth to come out about what they have done to you, how they have used you, abused you, exploited you, and so forth, Spirit is saying. Okay, Spirit, clarify these satanic sellouts. Okay, I feel like even there's military officials that are involved in what's going on here. Who are these satanic sellouts, collective or Spirit? Tell us more about these satanic sellouts. These satanic sellouts, they blood sacrifice family, lovers, and friends for money, Spirit is saying. Okay? They could be trying to blood sacrifice you for money, collective. Okay, but because they're sellouts, they blood sacrifice others for money, collective. So they're definitely a part of some type of cult or coven or secret society. Okay, they definitely have sold their souls, sold out, or in binding contracts of some kind. Okay, to clarify, shapeshifters, I'm seeing the shadow government here. Okay, so who Spirit is referring to is shapeshifters. They make up the shadow government. Spirit is saying. Okay, Spirit, clarify this controlling, this manipulative narc. That's an emotional abuser. Whoever this manipulative narc is, that's an emotional abuser. Spirit is saying this person wants your gifts. Okay, whatever gifts those are, whether those are tangible gifts, physical, you know, some type of physical gifts or spiritual gifts or what have you. You have some type of gifts that this manipulative narc wants, okay, and thus they have emotionally abused you. Okay, yeah, something is significant to your daddy's side of the family as well. Okay, you've been suffering in silence from trauma caused by no good family as well. Spirit is saying your family made attempts to harm you. Okay, whoever this manipulative narc is, that's an emotional abuser. This person was supposed to be like a family member of yours, Spirit is saying. Okay, and they made attempts to harm you, okay? Likely multiple times, Spirit is saying, okay? To clarify, toxic family members, we have suffering in silence from trauma caused by no good family, guys, okay? So these toxic family members of yours, you've had to suffer your entire life because of trauma that they have caused you, Spirit is saying, okay? Again, another satanic powers that be card wants to come out here, okay? These hidden enemies that want to take your place could be, you know, could be the satanic powers that be. I'm also seeing the CIA here, okay? I feel like the CIA has, I feel like this is clarifying corruption within the government, okay? So the CIA is involved as it relates to this corruption within the government, as it relates to this situation. Spirit, clarify hidden enemies want to take your place. We got low down and dirty shame here. So these hidden enemies that want to take your place, Spirit is calling them a low down and dirty shame, okay? Trauma forced upon you. I'm seeing FBI agents. The FBI could even be involved in this situation as well, Spirit is saying. I definitely feel like you were betrayed in some type of way. You definitely went through some type of betrayal. This trauma forced upon you could have been due to betrayal. Okay, I'm also seeing systematic abuse here, Spirit is saying. Okay. To clarify, evil is evil does. Toxicity, we got evil adopted family here, okay? So whatever family, this family that you was placed with is evil, Spirit is saying. Is toxic, Spirit is saying, okay? They're an evil adopted family, okay? And that's why Spirit is saying evil is evil does, okay? And that's the reason for all the toxicity. Spirit is saying as well, okay? There's definitely been a lot of reckless group activity as well, so I feel like there are multiple persons who are involved in what's going on here, Spirit is saying, okay? The satanic powers that be, we're going to put betrayal here, okay? I feel like the satanic powers that be has to do with this betrayal that you have endured, okay? The manipulation, the lies, okay? The deception, and so forth, Spirit is saying. They want you to stop speaking your truth, Spirit is saying. Again, I'm seeing FBI agent here. So if the FBI could be of significance, they want you to stop speaking your truth. Spirit, clarify, they want you to stop speaking your truth. They want you to stop speaking your truth. Hold on, guys. There's a lot of cards in this deck. I feel like you're someone who has endured a government cruel and unusual punishment as well, Spirit is saying, okay? So not only have you endured systematic abuse, but you've also endured government cruel and unusual punishment as well, okay? Maybe this is what you've been speaking truth about, okay? This government cruel and unusual punishment that you have endured, and they want you to stop speaking your truth about this, okay? Spirit is saying, I'm seeing here, pay attention to the signs and the symbolisms all around you as well. I'm also seeing satanic ritual abuse here, collective, as well as illegal implantation chip here, okay? So I feel like they want you to stop speaking your truth because you could be exposing something about government cruel and unusual punishment, satanic ritual abuse, as well as being chipped or implanted, collective. And this is what they have done to you, collective. And they're trying to silence you, or they want to silence you. They want you to stop speaking your truth about what they did to you, collective, okay? To clarify, they're going to pay with their lives for what they have done. So there's a group of individuals, okay? A team of individuals who have collaborated together for the purposes of money. Like I said, they're in some type of binding contract. This is the Three of Earth here, okay? The Three of Earth speaks of binding contracts, speaks of collaborations, speaks of people coming together doing something for the purposes of money, Spirit is saying, okay? And this is the reason why Spirit is saying they're going to pay with their lives for what they have done, because these are just satanic sellouts, okay? Who was willing to do whatever for money, collective, and you are the one who endured the most, who took the brunt of the pain and the suffering, and these people benefited off the back of you, collective, okay? Spirit, clarifying your mother and father are not your real parents. With inside job, yeah. I'm seeing the Queen of Cups and the Ace of Swords, collective. I feel like you know the truth. You know some type of truth or clarity about this. You know the truth and the clarity. You have awareness and insight that the people that you were told was your parents is not your real parents. You know about the inside job, collective. Okay, the Queen of Cups is someone who is highly intuitive, knowledgeable, enlightened, wise, and so forth, okay? Many different spiritual gifts or qualities or what have you. So it's like you are awakened, you are aware, like you've awakened to the truth and clarity. You have some type of awareness or insight as it relates to the fact that your mother and your father are not your real parents due to some type of inside job, Spirit is saying, okay? Yeah. Yeah. Some type of, I'm seeing the call card here. So this is the judgment card in the traditional tarot deck, okay? So the judgment card is about like a judgment call being made, okay? Some type of decision or action or mission of some kind being taken or is going on here. So some type of judgment or decision was made, collective. And this is the reason why your mother and the father, people that you believe to be your mother and your father are not your real parents, collective, but you was never told the truth, collective, okay? Spirit, clarify satanic sellouts, blood sacrificing family, lovers, and friends for money. Satanic sellouts. Satanic sellouts. So these people sold out to the government. They sold out to the satanic powers that be, okay? And they got paid some type of incentive of some kind. They received some type of compensation. They received, yeah. Their payment came from the government, okay? Satanic sellouts from, yeah. They were paid to do a specific job, okay? So these people were paid to play the role of your family, okay? Or different people who have been in your life. They literally like paid ops, like crisis actors. They were literally paid to do a specific, because the eight of earth is the money one makes from the work that they do here, okay? So these people had to do something in an effort to get this money, okay? So these people are, they're like, Spirit is saying they're satanic sellouts, okay? They sold out to the powers that be, to the crooked government, okay, who paid them, and they entered in some type of binding contract, okay, as it relates to you. And these people were paid money for this, okay, and this is due to some type of judgment that was made, okay, about these these parents, like who you were, the people that you believe to be your parents were literally assigned to you. They're not your real parents. They were assigned to you. They're in some type of binding contract with the corrupt government, and they were paid. Okay, they would be, your parents could have been paid, as well as your grandparents could have been paid. Okay, your grandparents would not be your real family either. Like, and none of the people connected to the people that you think are your family is your family collective. Okay, I'm even seeing the lovers card here. Y'all have had lovers that have been in y'all's life who were literally paid ops. Okay, who were literally paid to do a job, who was assigned to you. Okay, so they were paid to date you, they were paid to come into your life, have sex with you, like whatever the situation may have been for however long, collective. Okay, but these people were paid to do so, Spirit is saying. Yeah, Spirit, clarify shapeshifters. Clarify shapeshifters. So we got the Empress here. Okay, this could be your emperors are persons in power, authority, leadership. Okay, those who are bosses. Okay, with structure and organization and a lot of power. Okay, these emperors, so these would be masculines, okay, who are shapeshifters, who are a part of the shadow government. Okay, they are a part of this. Okay, I'm even seeing Empress here as well. So there could be both men and women in power who make up the shadow government, who are involved in what is going on here. Okay, unless this Empress wanted to come out on whoever this manipulative narc is. That's an emotional abuser. This is a feminine energy. This is a mother or a mother figure. This may be the person who played your mother. This person has made several attempts to harm you. Spirit is saying this person is a manipulative narc and an emotional abuser. Okay, yeah. To clarify toxic family members, I'm seeing the Magician card here. Okay, so you've been suffering in silence from trauma caused by no good family. Okay, I feel like these toxic fake family members of yours, they've been manipulating people, places, and things around you your entire life, collective. They've also are divination abusers, collective. They've been abusing divination, witchcraft, sorcery, black magic, or voodoo, hoodoo, hexes, curses, spells, evil eyes, santeria, or any other form of dark arts, collective. And they have been casting curses and spells or hexes or doing root work on you since you were a child, collective. Okay, Spirit, clarify. But those toxic family members are literally in the Magician energy. Okay, so you've definitely been around toxic individuals that you did not know that they were even casting spells on you. Spirit is saying hidden enemies want to take your place. Hidden enemies want to take your place. Hidden enemies want to take your place, collective, with low down and dirty shame. Who are these hidden enemies that want to take the collective's place? These hidden enemies of yours have caused you, have been very abusive towards you and hostile towards you, collective. Yeah. I'm seeing here a Queen of Fire, Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. This could be a hidden enemy of yours that wants to take your place. I'm seeing both the Queen of Fire as well as the King of Fire here. So this could be a male or a female fire sign, Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo individual. Okay, or you know what I'm saying, it could be both of these people. Okay, it could be multiple people because it does say hidden enemies. Okay, yeah. Queen of Air, which is the Queen of Swords. This will be Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, feminine energy. A lot of face cards are coming up, coming out. Okay, Spirit, clarify hidden enemies want to take your place. Hidden enemies want to take your place. Spirit is saying these people are liars, cheaters, and thieves here, okay? I'm even seeing the High Priestess in reverse. Somebody could be a dark priestess, okay? This could be a hidden enemy of yours who wants to take your place, Spirit is saying. Okay, this could be somebody who is into the dark arts. This person very well may have spiritual gifts, but they work for darkness. Okay, they work for evil. They're into the occult and dark magic and different things like that. This person is a hidden enemy of yours that wants to take your place, Spirit is saying. Okay, any other Spirit? So you got a fire sign woman, a fire sign man, an air sign woman, and whoever this high priest in the reverse is. Okay, this could be a feminine or a masculine energy, Spirit is saying. Any other messages on these hidden enemies, Spirit? Any other messages? There could be an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo I'm seeing here as well. Another fire sign. These are younger individuals here because they're coming out. In this deck, it says the messenger of fire, messenger of earth. But that's like in the traditional tarot deck, those would be knights. Yeah. King of earth. Okay, so Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo individual. Okay. You have several hidden enemies that want to take your place, collective. Multiple fire signs. You got 3 different fire signs here, okay? You have an earth sign here. An air sign woman. Whoever this dark priestess is. There's several people in this family, your fake, phony, fraudulent family that wants to take that are hidden enemies of yours and want to take your place, collective. Or either there's a large group of people, there's just a lot of individuals or persons within your fake, phony, fraudulent family that wants to take your place, collective. Okay, Spirit, clarify trauma forced upon you with systematic abuse. So I'm seeing here the 5 of Swords. The 5 of Swords, like I said, is all about conflict and defeat, collective. You could have felt defeated your entire life. It don't matter how hard you work, how hard you try, what you do, what you're good at. It don't matter. It just seems like you just can't get ahead. And even if it seemed like you got ahead in a little bit, it's only for a short time and you knock back down. This is on purpose. This is the reason why you haven't been successful financially, in work, in your career, in your love life, or anything like that. I feel like your life, you've been suppressed on purpose, okay? You've been oppressed on purpose, collective, and this is due to systematic abuse, collective. The 5 of Swords is all about abuse, okay? Someone being abused, someone being, and this could be abusive in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Someone being stabbed in the back. This is hostility towards you. These are plots and plans and schemes that have been set up and orchestrated against you, collective, okay? Very hostile energy, okay? These people have caused a lot of conflict in your life in an effort to defeat you over and over again. So this was trauma that was forced upon you, Spirit is saying, okay? Spirit, clarify evil is as evil does with evil adopted family. Evil is as evil does with evil adopted family. I'm seeing the Justice card here. So again, this could tie into the government. Evil is as evil does, collective. I feel like they've tried to keep you like hostage, captive, stuck, restricted, in limbo, unable to move or get out of a situation, in turmoil, in crisis, in doom and gloom, like your entire life, collective, okay? Yeah. The moon and the devil comes out together on evil is as evil does with evil adopted family. So these people are some very sneaky, freaky, creepy individuals, okay? They've been sneaking and creeping around doing things behind the scenes, behind closed doors, and behind your back, okay? These are shady people that's indulging in a lot of dirty dealings, collective, because we know that the moon is about secret things, hidden things, what's done in the dark, okay? Cover-ups and criminal activity, secrecy, witchery, moon magic, illusion, fear, cover-ups, overwhelming type of energy, collective. And this is that secretive energy that this evil adopted family has been in, okay? And with the devil being here, the moon with temptation, which is the devil in this deck here, these people sold their soul to the devil. They're as toxic as they are because they're shepherds for the devil. They sold their soul to the devil, okay? So these are these are the type of people who have addictions and addictive patterns of behavior. They have a lot of toxicity, temptations, lust, desires, greed, manipulations, obsessions, possessions, restrictions, addictions. All those things ties into the devil. Okay, these are people who are in their south node, their shadow side, their dark side. Okay, very toxic individuals. I don't care how they look on the outside. Okay, they could have a job, they could go to church, they could dress nice, they could smell good, they could, you don't understand what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what their outer appearance is. That's a facade. Spirit is saying they're wearing a mask, they're cloaking themselves, they're concealing themselves. These people are satanic sellouts for money, and they have been, many of them, especially those of them who are elders, who are way older than you, they were sellouts before you likely was even born. Okay, but you got even people who are younger than you that would be involved in this as well. This evil adopted family are toxic, and they are chained to the devil. Their entire bloodline is cursed because they are sellouts. They sold out for money, and they have done evil, malicious, toxic, tumultuous things to you, with the help of the government, the corrupt government, the satanic powers that be. And they made their money off the back of you, collective. Corruption within the government, Spirit. Corruption within the government. Seven of Swords. Spirit is saying that these corrupt government officials, the reason for the corruption within the government is because of all of the lies, the deceptions, the manipulations, the trickery, and the thievery. They're liars, cheaters, deceivers, manipulators, con artists. They're two-faced backstabbers. They low down, dirty gutter rats. They're cowards who do things under false pretenses. They cloak and conceal themselves. They're wearing masks. They're not who they appear to be, but they're very strategic. Okay? They do things for their own ill will, for their own selfish gain, for their own benefit. The Seven of Swords is about deceptions, manipulations, trickery, fuckery, and thievery, collective. These people are liars, cheaters, and thieves. Manipulators and con artists, Spirit is saying. That is what is clarifying corruption within the government with CIA and the Seven of Swords. Satanic powers that be with betrayal, Spirit. Satanic powers that be and betrayal. Clarify satanic powers that be. I just seen the Two of Swords. So these satanic powers that be was involved with this betrayal that you've endured, collective, because of maybe some type of hasty decision that they made. Yeah, I'm seeing it again. I try to put it back in the deck and keep shuffling, but I'm seeing the Two of Swords again, okay? The Two of Swords, even though it can speak of like a crossroads, okay? It can speak of indecision or what have you. At some point in time, there is a decision that is made. There is a direction that is taken, okay? These people made the wrong decision. Okay, sometimes the Two of Swords can even speak of legal decisions and different things as well. Okay, before individual persons, individual persons being at a crossroads, you know what I'm saying? Because there's multiple directions. They end up making the wrong decision, going the wrong direction on something. This is telling us that the satanic powers that be made some type of hasty knee-jerk decision to ultimately betray you, collective, the way that they have, okay? And you know what I'm saying? Basically what you was done was because of their decision. The decision in which they made. Okay? Yeah, justice here. This ties into the government. Those in power, authority, leadership, rulership, government officials, okay? Yeah, this has to do with a legal decision. The satanic powers that be and betrayal here. This has to do justice with the Two of Swords. Okay? Some type of legal decision that they made, but it was a corrupt, unjust, unfair, illegal decision that they made. Spirit is saying. To ultimately betray you, collective, after all the abuse that you have suffered at the hands of these people. This is the reason why they want to stop you from speaking your truth, because they know, matter of factly, you are a victim of government cruel and unusual punishment, satanic ritual abuse, and you also have a chip that was implanted in you as a child, collective. Yes, as a child. Page of water. Page of water with the Chariot, collective. You endured satanic ritual abuse as a child. They chipped and implanted you as a child. You could be a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio that I'm talking to. Remember when I told you how the Queen of Water, you could be a Queen of Water now. With the Ace of Swords came out, you know the truth. You know clarity. You have awareness and insight about what they have done, collective. But this has been going on since you were a page of water. You're a Queen of Water right now. This has been going on since you were a page of water. A page is a child. This Chariot, you were trafficked, collective. The Chariot is about forward movement, but it also speaks of vehicles. It speaks of trips and journeys and travel, trafficking, movement, relocations, but it also speaks of certain modes of transportation and vehicles and different things as well. You were trafficked as a child, collective. This is the reason why they want you to stop speaking your truth. You've endured what you have endured because of government cruel and unusual punishment. Period, point blank. They want to stop you from speaking your truth. Okay? They want you to stop telling people how you were neglected, abandoned, and left out in the cold. How you were rejected and alienated and left in turmoil and harsh conditions and financial ruin. They want you to stop telling people how you have had been in lack, been in loss due to neglect and abandonment and abuse. Because that's exactly what happened to you, collective. You were neglected and abandoned as a child, and you've been rejected your entire life. And a corrupt ass government knew about it all along. You've endured government cruel and unusual punishment. They experimented on you, collective. They could have put you under mind control, collective. They chipped you and implanted you, which means they've been tracking and tracing you all your life. They satanically, ritualistically abused you, collective. Not only did they experiment on you, but they exploited you for money. They used you, they abused you, and they tossed you aside whenever the fuck it was convenient for them. And then they placed you with a fake, phony, fraudulent, evil, adopted ass fucking family that's sellouts. Good for nothing ass individuals that'll do any damn thing for money. All they had to do to play their role was to love you and support you. And you would have never been the wiser, but they couldn't even do that. Ten of Earth at the bottom of the deck. This is wealth. There is a large amount of money that is tied to this situation, collective. Some kind of wealth, estates, property. The Ten of Earth can even speak of one's family lineage, birthright. And some more shit. There's a large amount of money that's involved in this. Either a large amount of money that has been made off of you, okay? Or a large amount of money that you are worth. You're actually someone who comes from money, okay? But this is what you have endured, collective. This is what you have endured. And this is the reason why these coward ass bastards want to stop you from speaking your truth. You ain't lying. Look, let me tell you something about a liar. When you lying, ain't nobody got no problem with calling you a lie. Straight up to your goddamn face. Somebody would have been called you a liar and proved you the fuck wrong if you was lying. You understand what I'm saying? If you are awake and aware, you know, because you know, whoever you are, collective, you know, I feel like every bit of what I just told you. And you've been speaking up and speaking out about it. But obviously the brainwashed, dumbed down masses around you don't fucking believe you, don't support you, so fuck them. Because you weren't born for them to like you no goddamn way. They still under mass mind control by their oppressors. So fuck them. We ain't here to try to convince nobody no goddamn way. Because I'll be damned if we gonna sit up and argue with somebody about what the fuck we know that we done went through. Our goddamn self. We ain't got shit to prove. We the ones that went through it. But those in the know, no matter of factly, you ain't fucking lying. So they can't really shut you down or shut you up, because it's certain things that simple tests, simple backtrack of digital footprints can fucking clarify. Just like a person being chipped in and planted, it's real easy to have some type of CAT scan done, something done to find that chip in you. DNA tests can be done to prove the people that you fucking grew up with ain't your fucking family. So these bitches can't call you no lie. They're not gonna play that game with you. Because they know that they all would be exposed. See, it's easy enough to figure out the fucking truth, but that ain't what they want to fucking do. And see, a DNA test alone would prove if the people you grew up around is not your family. If it come back that these people ain't even no kin of you, now you got to get investigators involved. Now, where did this person come from? What bloodline they come from? Who is their family then? And then, see, you scratch a lie, you find a thief. They'll figure out where you really come from. Then they got to tie everybody that's involved in, well, how they end up with you then? And then who you in connection with? And how, if they from here and they was born here, then how did they get over here? You understand what I'm saying? They don't want to play that fucking game. Because you got time today. For any of that lame bullshit. The truth can easily be the fuck proven. And it will take down not only this fake, phony, evil, adopted family, but the entirety of the motherfucking government too. Because them motherfuckers know they owe you for what they have done to you. It can be proven if you was born somewhere else and you were trafficked to somewhere else. It could be proven if you've been experimented on and chipped and implanted and abused in different ways, satanic ritually abused and all other kinds of shit. This shit can be proven. DNA can be proven. We ain't just sitting up talking, shooting a breeze, just talking shit, just to be talking shit, just to be saying something scandalous, just to have a conversation. That's not what this is. We talking about shit that can be proven. Why wouldn't you want to prove it? Why not? Not unless you got something to lose. But if somebody collective that has been through as much trauma as you ain't got shit to lose, because you ain't got nothing to nobody no way. So it is what it is. You ain't got shit to lose. And you ain't got nothing to prove but the motherfucking truth. See, they never wanted you to wake up, collective. They got so cocky and so arrogant in their bullshit. With all that mind control that they do on people. And all that programming that they do on people. They knew for sure. After the spell work that they did on you, and the mind control that they did on you, and the chip that they had implanted in you, they was going to be able to control you the rest of your life, and you wasn't going to never be the wise. So you weren't gonna never know the truth, but you fuck around and woke up on them. You fuck around and found out the truth on them. Ever since you woke up, they've been shook up. And they ass scattered like roaches. Now they all trying to work together against you when they are the villains. Trying to make you out to be the Joker. But if you look hard enough, Joker was abused all his motherfucking life. Before you could ever make Joker out to be a problem, Joker was abused all his motherfucking life. He was teased, he was bullied, he was picked on, he was physically abused, sexually abused, all kinds of shit. And he was lied to by who his parents really was. So they can make you out to be the Joker all the fuck they want to. But the proof is in the motherfucking pudding. That concludes your reading for today, guys. I do hope that this is giving you the truth and the clarity that you were seeking pertaining to a situation that you are dealing with, or a situation you may notice someone else is dealing with if you are cross-watching. For those of you who would like to contact me, you can do so at tiff.diamond.36@gmail.com. You can also follow me on Instagram, which is shine bright like a diamond 36 with the underscore between each word. For any person who is interested in donating to the channel, it is greatly appreciated. I do thank you all in advance. You can do so through CASHAPP, which is $tiff-diamond36, or through PayPal, which is paypal.me/@36diamonds. As always, guys, y'all take care of yourselves, take care of each other, but most of all, take care of your babies, honey. Remember, this is a wicked world that we live in. There's wickedness in high places, and there is evil that is lurking around each and every day, even in a neighborhood near you. So y'all watch your surroundings. Watch the company you keep, what the surroundings and the company in which your children are in as well. And considering the fact that you never know when someone may betray you, backstab you, try to hurt you, or harm you, honey. Keep you some protection on you. Y'all stay awake, stay aware, stay vigilant, and stay prepared, because if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready, baby. Until the next time, peace, love, and light. Namaste. I am that I am, created in the image of God. Spirits say they're going to pay with their life for what they have done. Yeah, they teamed up, linked up, schemed up together for the purposes of money. But they're going to all pay with their life for what they have done. For all the disloyalty and the betrayal and the hate and the trauma and the abuse. Every lick that you done took was not in vain. Till the next time. Peace.